Alright, now we're going to get into something new. We're going to do an area and perimeter of triangles. This includes any triangle in the world. There is one formula for triangles. It's not length times width. Perimeter is the same, where you just add up the sides. So the perimeter is side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. We know that's perimeter. Area. There is a formula for every triangle in the world, it doesn't matter the shape. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. So it's 1/2 BH. And the base and the height. Let's talk about what the base and the height mean. If I have a triangle, a right triangle like that, this is the base, because that's what it sits on. So imagine whatever its butt is, whatever it sits on, that's the B. All right, the height is not the diagonal piece. It's the one that's straight up and down that has a 90-degree angle. So that's the height. Now that might seem kind of obvious. Let's look at another triangle. All right, this is the base. This is not the height, and this is not the height. The height would have to be shown by a dotted line that has a little 90-degree angle. So that's the height. All right, let's do another one. This is a good old obtuse triangle. See that big obtuse angle right there? All right, the base would be here. The height is not that, and it's not that. You would have to draw a little dotted line. All right, and that's the height, because we would have a little 90-degree angle there. So those are three basic triangles you would find with the base and the height. Base and height, base and height, base and height. The height is straight up and down. That's the height. So let's do a few examples. We'll draw a triangle, we'll find the base and height. Let's say I have this triangle, 4 centimeters is the height, 3 centimeters is the side here. Now, before I go any further, let me state this. You or your parents see this, and you tell me this is an illegal triangle. It possibly could be. When you get older in geometry, you will know what I'm talking about. I am only picking numbers at random, so this is a disclaimer. Some of these triangles you could not build, you could not make, they don't exist. I am only putting in numbers off the top of my head as numbers that will be easy to work with. If I made every triangle exactly legal, we'd be dealing with some big and frustrating numbers. So I'm going to keep it short and simple. So I do not want to hear, yes, these triangles are not legal, Mr. Credle. Yes, I know that. That is the disclaimer. I am only trying to get you to be able to work these numbers simply and quickly so we can understand the formula. So that is my disclaimer. All right. Let's say I want to find the area for this triangle. I would say A equals, so let's find the area and perimeter. Let me add this in here. Let's see, this actually might be a legal triangle. This is actually a legal triangle. If you know anything about algebra and the Pythagorean theorem, this is actually legal. All right, we want to find the area and perimeter. Let's do the perimeter first. We just add up all three sides. 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 3 is 12 centimeters. Area, I want you to write 1/2 base times height on your paper. And now we're going to solve it. 1/2 is just 1/2. Base is 3 times height is 4. Now there's a few ways you could work this. You could do half of 3 times 4. You could do half of 4 times 3. You could do 3 times 4 and take half. It doesn't matter. The commutator property shows us that we can rearrange these however we want. I'm going to do this. I like to take half of one of these numbers and then multiply. Makes my life easier. I'm going to take half of 4 because it's an even number. Half of 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And that's your area. Let's see if it works. If I did it another way. 3 times 4 is 12. Half of 12 is 6. So it doesn't matter how you do it. Let's do one more example here. All right, let's say I have a triangle like this. And I'm going to put in 8 here, 6 here, and 7 here. Centimeters, we'll make it. And we got to do the height. Little bug. Goodbye, bug. All right, so the height will be, let's make that 5 centimeters. All right, the perimeter. It's 8 plus 6 plus 7. We don't add in a 5 because that's not a side. That's just an inside thing. So 14, 21. The area is 1/2 base times height. Write that formula on your paper. Area equals 1/2. The base is 8. The height is 5. Alright? So now I can do half of 5 times 8. I can do half of 8 times 5. I can do 8 times 5 and take half. I'm going to do half of 8. Half of 8 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20 centimeters squared. So once again, I can take half of either one of these numbers and multiply. And there is an introduction to triangles, area and perimeter. And if you couldn't see it, there's the bottom part of my work for that one. I apologize for that. My videotaping today has not been the best. Sorry about that.